Okay, guys, so we're going to be watching Bill Burr destroys his reputation by Too Lazy to Try. I have not seen this video at all, so let's just start it from the top.
Usher, Beyonce, and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you fucking believe that? How much fucking money do you need to make, you know? You're going to take a gig where you're going to go dance like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids? And then you take that fucking blood money and what he's done. You couldn't remember that he claimed he was behind the Pan Am bombings that killed fellow Americans? The fuck is wrong with you?
The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. So it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
All right, so after years of Bill Burr trashing celebrities for taking blood money and railing against billionaires and ranting about wealth inequality, he decided to go to Saudi Arabia and accept money from the royal family, who are known for using modern slave labor, which he's being paid not to mention and help cover up. You know, when he got back, he only talked about how amazing Saudi Arabia was. So he went from saying billionaires need to be put down like rabid dogs to taking money from a trillionaire family that's known for human rights violations and modern slavery and will kill citizens that speak out against them. So I don't think it gets more hypocritical than that.
It's like it was a big shock for a lot of people to see that Bill Burr was one of the people that got invited and actually accepted, right? Because he's the type of guy to talk all this shit about anything, any kind of sort of cultural thing that is, for the most part, yeah, it's a dicey thing, right? And then this time, I feel like now this is a turn of events, because usually Bill is on the right side of these cultural things, these cultural issues that happen, and now he's part of the problem now. And it's obvious like how hypocritical this whole thing is. It's kind of the thing of what they say is like rules for thee but not for me, right? It's that sort of thing that people talk about, and now Bill, he's a hypocrite for that.
But as we know, obviously money talks, and it turns out Bill will drop his morals and destroy his reputation and credibility for $1.5 million, and now he's just getting cooked for it. People are so pissed at him and everyone doing the festival. Like, this has become a pretty big controversy, but out of everyone, Bill was definitely the most shocking for people. I mean, I don't think anybody is that surprised to see Tom Segura and Andrew Schultz taking the gig. So Bill, he's taking the most shit for this, you know, especially because of how hard he's just trashing the ruling class not too long ago. Like, I don't know how you could go from saying billionaires need to be put down to taking money from the Saudi royal family in less than a year. And it's not like Bill's career was falling apart and he desperately needs the money. I mean, he's already loaded.
My new perspective is there's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth 900 million. Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling. Tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country, and there's so much work being done, you know. And if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country. At least these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down. You know, like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with fucking greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
To put in that perspective, right? Like, yeah, Bill is for sure right about billionaires becoming even more of a billionaire, and like why do you need all that money? Like, you already have all the money that you can have, right? And now it's like, Bill, you are also pretty rich, you know, you're pretty stacked, bro. Did you really need to go out there and make more money for this gig? And you know what it means to have that money? Like, they call it blood money. Like, people are really, really up in arms about this. How are you gonna be able to defend this position after, you know, somebody calls you out on it? Like, are you gonna just say, you know what, man, I made a mistake, or whatever it might be?
Feeling feeling we probably won't hear him talk like that anymore. And if he does, everyone's just going to clown on him. There's no way people will take him seriously. I mean, he's just shameless. And he must have thought people wouldn't have really paid attention to the festival and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because this is such a bad look. And it was kind of under the radar until a few weeks ago when other comedians started calling them out. And then this clip of Shane Gillis went viral where he was talking about how he's turned down multiple offers. And now this story has gotten a ton of attention and everyone's commenting on it. And people are really disappointed in Bill Burr, especially.
Everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
Now, there's a lot of drips, killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator.
Incredibly lonely you can feel to look around and see people you used to admire and respect cave and show up in Saudi Arabia to take a check and abandon even the most basic principles they always claim to hold. These people have failed to employ the most basic common sense and critical thinking, and others have decided to cynically accept money in exchange for whitewashing and BS. At the same time, these same people claim to be progressive here in the United States.
The thing about it is that, yeah, like a lot of comedians, not everyone, but there's a lot of outspoken comedians that say like they're trying to take away our free speech, but then all of a sudden you take money from people that don't have that and will tell you what to do and how to talk and what not to talk about. So whichever comedian took this sort of money, you just expose yourself to hypocrisy. Nobody's going to really take you seriously after that. Like this whole turn of events, like you can't say nothing about free speech because you sold out your free speech.
I really think that Bill Burr sort of fucked up here, bro. I really think he fucked up. This person said, hey, did you know that Bill Burr is going to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, the Riyadh Comedy Festival? And I said, that can't be true. No, that's not true. Is it? No, that's not true. Come on. Turns out it is, y'all.
They've sold their soul. They've sold their ability to talk about shit. You're fucking hypocrites now. And everything you say is to be looked at through the lens of taking millions of dollars from slave owners.
And also, obviously, part of the deal for these free speech warrior comedians is they can't say anything bad about the Saudi family, culture, government, religion, and I'm sure a ton of other stuff. And even before they went there, they weren't allowed to criticize any of that on their own podcast in America. Like Tim Dillon originally accepted an offer and he started ranting about how they use slave labor on his podcast, and that got him fired. So these comedians have to censor themselves and just say positive things about Saudi Arabia. They're basically Saudi shills now. Like as soon as Chris DiStefano got there, they put a camera in his face and made him talk about how much he loves Saudi Arabia.
I'm loving this country so far. I've been here for about 10 hours. I've eaten more food than you can imagine. I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. My first time ever, I've never even been to the Middle East. But when I'm here now, I literally am like, why did I never want to come here? I wish I would have come here 10 years ago. I want to hopefully, I'd like to start another family in the Middle East and not tell my family back home. I'd like to live 2 lives.
And this is obviously what the festival is mostly about, just them doing positive.
It's like, he's being held by gunpoint there. Like, yeah, say some nice things about Saudi Arabia right now. And like, and it sounds like, like the way that Chris Stefano said these things, it sounds like a little too push, right? And a little too over the top there, you know? But like, yeah, like it's not a good look on anybody here, including... Well, Chris Stefano, like nobody really examines whatever he says, really, like or takes him really seriously about anything, really, right? So we can just cross out Chris and DiStefano here, but everybody else, like shit, like don't talk anymore. Just shut up. I don't want to hear it from you, you know.
The PR for Saudi Arabia. So these comedians will never live this shit down. Like every comedian that didn't do it is just gonna be busting their balls about it, especially the ones that turned down offers, which is going to be great. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Bill Burr needs to be roasted for this. Like, other than Chris, he might be shilling the most so far. It sounds like he really wants to do more gigs there. Like, he does not give a fuck. I mean, he's getting a ton of backlash. His fans are so disappointed. All his comments are negative, and people want to hear what he has to say about it. And he did address it on the most recent episode, but he just talked about how amazing it was and how it's the best thing he's ever done, which is exactly what the Saudis want. Like, this is why they're really paying him. And he obviously wants to keep doing gigs there and making $1.5 million a show. So, of course, he's going to go all out, shilling for the Saudis.
Of Saudi Arabia is what I've seen, like, on the news. I literally think I'm going to fucking land, you know, and everybody's going to be screaming, death to America. And they're going to have, like, fucking machetes and want to, like, chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world, right? And we're flying over it. It's nothing but, like, these long roads and sand. It's like nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into? And then we land, and everybody's just regular. They're dressed different, but they're regular. Like people just shooting the shit. Hey, how you doing? You know, welcome. We're saying, hey.
Hey, we're walking here. Hey, just walking over here in these empty streets. This is just obviously sad. Like, Billy, did you really need all that money? Did you really need to whitewash this because they need comedy over there?
Hey, we know we're happy to be here. And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was going to be like really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks? Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King? Next to a McDonald's? Next to a Pizza Hut? Next to a Dunkin' Donuts? Next to a Krispy Kreme? Next to a Cheesecake Factory? Next to a KFC?
What the hell, dude? Like, oh, it's just like in America. They just want to be like America over here. No, it's not. I thought it was gonna be a whole culture shock. No, but it seems like they brought America over here, and I feel like I'm still at home. Is that your point, Bill? Because the government isn't the same thing, and you know that. And the way of, you know, laws and regulations, how things are over there, completely different.
Next to a Chili's? They got a fucking Chili's over here? Then we go into the mall because I want to get my kids something. There was a Timberland store. I could have bought Timberlands like I was in Brooklyn, New York. And then there's advertisement for like boxing and fucking Formula One and MotoGP and golf and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh. And then it just struck me as funny. It's like, they're eating this shit too. They're going to have to get some bigger fucking clothes. They're going to end up looking like us. So, I go down to do the show, right? And they say, all right, the front 2 rows is going to be all diplomats in these padded seats. And then up top, the Royals are going to be there. And I could just feel like these fucking people, the people, okay, they want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to the other comics. You could feel it. They wanted you to push, right? It was really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage and I start doing my shit and they're fucking into it. Everything's going good.
The King's laughing. He's enjoying my bits. We're all having a good time. You know, I'm getting my millions of dollars. Everybody in the crowd is enjoying it. My credibility is going out through the window. But hey, I'm rich, bitch.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff, and they're all fucking laughing. All right, so I'm going to push a little farther, and all of a sudden I start getting in the zone. This is really amazing. And it was just this great exchange of energy, right? So the Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted you to like the people want, you know, they go online and they see it. They want to like see real stand-up comedy. So it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
And some of the comments on this podcast have almost as many likes as the podcast, which is a bad sign. And it has almost 80% dislikes. So he's just getting destroyed here. And like someone said in this podcast, Bill tells us about how Saudi Arabia is not bad because they have American fast food. And would you take a gig in the U.S. where you're not allowed to make fun of Trump? And Bill hates billionaires, but only if they're not paying him. And all his comments on Instagram are the same. So I think a lot of people are done with him. I mean, his career will probably be fine. His career in Hollywood will be fine. But it sounds like a lot of the fans of his podcast and fans of what he's been saying the past year about billionaires and wealth inequality are probably done with him. But let me know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my Patreon.
Bill also is a comedian, right? And Bill has also said, like, hey, I'm just a comedian here. Why are you taking anything that I say politically, basically too hard or seriously? Because I'm a comedian, right? At the end of the day, I'm a comedian. I tell jokes, but there's this other thing about when he does talk about things, he's expressing his opinion on things, right? But then also, like, he's, so at times, like, he pisses people off with certain things that he says, usually on the right, more than usually. But now it's like, oh man, like, you are really, really gonna be attacking your base here, which are usually, I guess, more liberal, people on the more liberal side right now, because for a long time you've been saying, like, I'm never gonna take money from billionaires, I'm not gonna take blood money, and now you're doing it, and it's just out of character for you, and people are gonna lose respect for you, right? Because for a long time you've been saying all these things, you've been shouting out that I'm never going to take all this money, this billionaire money, and why should you also have all this money and be still greedy and want some more? And knowing who Bill Burr is, like, you can get money somewhere else, dude. Like, why did you have to take this gig? Like, and then you're also excusing it with saying, like, it's like America here, it's like I never left. Like, they have a Starbucks here, and they have a Burger King and a McDonald's. Yeah, Bill, they're trying to whitewash their society there. They're trying to not make you realize or make you think, oh yeah, there's actually a king here that's, like, in charge of shit. And they're gonna like how, like, you're the fool. You're the fool, like, that plays to the king, right? Like the jester, the royal jester. All the royal jesters from America have come to the great Saudi Arabia to perform and do all these little funny bits and their little funny things and the little funny things that they say. But of course, not everything, because you can't say everything that you want here, or else you get that, or you get stoned to death, as they say. But look, that's all I gotta say about it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think for sure Bill Burr did destroy his reputation here. And yeah, like, people are going to look at whatever he says next through a microscope, and then they're not going to, like, take him as seriously as they used to now. I don't think people are going to be defending him as much, or, sort of, I don't know, like, liking him, like, actually liking him. Like, this makes him look bad. And several other comedians that they take their money, and yeah, like, Shane Gillis did expose all this, saying that, yeah, they wanted me there. They wanted me so bad that they just threw bags at me, bags of money, and I refused. And that's the type of shit that we want to hear from somebody that still hasn't sold out yet, right?
They're asking me to go to the Middle East soon.
What? What? Where? Why?
Saudi Arabia and UAE or Dubai.
Dubai?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. For the troops? Is it for the troops?
Not for the troops.
What?
It's for the Saudis.
For the Saudi princes?
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
Riyadh Comedy Festival, and here we go. Andrew Schultz, Aziz Ansari, Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries, Jimmy Carr, Joe Coy, Kevin Hart, Sam. We got people. People have been going, oh, how dare you go over there after they killed a reporter. That was the big one. There's been a reporter who they killed. One reporter was killed by the government. Unfortunate, but not a fucking hill that I'm going to die on.
We did get an offer to play.
I think I'm going to go.
You're going to go?
Well, I'm only doing 2 days.
Where?
I'm going in and out.
Saudi Arabia.
Just to get that
I would do
paycheck.
that.
Yeah.
Why
I'm
not?
doing it. 2 days.
I wouldn't do gay material there.
Yeah.
At all.
Weird.
Sam and I are both doing gigs in Saudi Arabia, so Sam's days are numbered. So I'll be there, and I will join in with the Saudi people if it means I get out of there alive.
But at the same time, almost no entertainment money comes from a good place.
No,
but you know,
it's like, do you want to take it from them, or do you want to take it from someone who's probably assaulted, millions of people?
I don't really have strong feelings about the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. I do get the fact that they perpetrated 9/11.
I'm not doing it.
That is good. I admire that.
Then they doubled the bag, and I was like,
sorry, just go and Google, Big. Who really did 9/11?
I'm not doing it.
Just be like, okay, fine, never mind.
Yeah.
They doubled the bag, the princes?
It was a significant bag.
What?
Yeah, but I'd already said no. I took a principled stand.
And Bill, for sure, like this is proof that you just sold out, buddy. And we can't respect that, man. At least there's still a couple of people out there that, that still hasn't lost their way through greed. But yeah, also guys, let me know what you guys think about it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another video. Bye-bye.